1.8 Minecraft PvP, the smallest sliver of health often decides the outcome of a fight. In an environment where every bit of damage matters, properly timed critical hits will give you an edge over your opponent. To continue your PvP journey, today we'll teach you how to crit. To get a critical hit, you have to clear the following conditions. 1. You must be in the air. You cannot crit if you are on a ladder or vine or are swimming in water or lava. Interestingly, you can still crit when falling in a cobweb. 2. You have to be traveling in the negative y-axis. In other words, you have to be falling downwards to get a critical hit. 3. You have to be less than or equal to walking speed, which is 4.3 blocks per second. This means that sprint jumping while critting will not work. Also, sprint jumping with slowness 2 is still faster than walking, which means you still cannot crit while sprint jumping even with a slowness 2 potion. In conclusion, in a realistic survival scenario, jumping while walking is the most reliable way to crit. 4. You must not be riding an entity or be affected by blindness. In short, you must jump while walking and then hit your opponent sometime after you reach the apex of your jump. Doing all of this will register a critical hit. A successful crit will give off crit particles, not to be confused with magic crit particles. You can only see crit particles if particles are turned on. Crits deal 150% of the weapon's damage including potion effects, but before enchantments are applied, rounded down to the nearest hit point. For example, if you crit with a sharpness 2 diamond sword after drinking a strength 2 potion, you will deal 29 damage in 1.8 and 22 damage in 1.9 or above. Now that you understand how critical hits work, how should you apply them to 1.8 PvP? Because you have to be slower than walking speed to crit your opponent, this means that you cannot crit and sprint hit at the same time. Therefore, you cannot combo your opponent with crits. Because even a 2-hit combo deals 25% more damage than a crit, this makes crits seem useless. However, crits do have their use. In general, crits should be used whenever you cannot combo your opponent, like in an enclosed room or if your opponent is pushed up against a wall. Crits should also be used when trading hits with your opponent or when they are running away. One common misuse of crits is crit spamming. Crit spamming is a cheese strat where you jump up and down on top of your opponent while critting them. This is valuable when you are in one of the situations listed above, such as in an enclosure. However, while it may work against inexperienced players, it won't work against decent PvPers. If your opponent is crit spamming, you can counter them by simply increasing the space between you and your opponent before playing defensively with good rod timings. All in all, critting is an easy to learn situational PvP tactic that will win you many more fights. Feel free to subscribe to see our latest video, and the best of luck to you on your Minecraft PvP journey.